Hey y'all, let's talk about how to solve one and two step equations. So I took these examples directly from the assignment you had on Monday. They came off of the quizzes. So our goal here when we're solving one or two step equations is going to be to solve for the variable. Sorry, my screen's moving. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to solve for the variable. That means that we want to get it by itself. So if we look at this first problem here, the first example, our variable is going to be m. That's what we want to get by itself. Okay, so the m we need to have alone. The first thing that we need to do is kind of work farther away from m. We need to get rid of the -3. So we need to do the inverse operation of subtraction, which is going to be addition. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. If I do something to one side of the equation, I have to do it to the other. -3 plus 3 is going to cancel out. That gives you 0. So all of this is going to go away. On the right side of the equation, I have 13 plus 3, which is 16. Now we need to deal with whatever's kind of left over after we did that. And I'm going to bring it down. I have m divided by 5. So this looks like a fraction to most of you, but you'll notice that when I was writing it, when I drew the fraction bar, I said the words divided by. That's because we have division happening. So to get rid of it, we're going to use the inverse operation like we just did with the -3, and we're going to do the opposite of division. We're going to multiply. You're going to multiply by whatever kind of you have down here in your denominator, as long as you have a 1 up top or just a letter. So I'm going to multiply by 5 on both sides of my equation. That allows me to kind of cancel out almost these two fives, and it just leaves me with an m left over. On the right side of the equation, I just multiply 16 times 5, and that gives me 80. Okay. For our second example, we have the same number of steps. We're still solving for our variable c, but here we're going to start with the +5, the thing that's kind of further away or not attached to the variable. I need to do the inverse operation of addition, which means I need to subtract 5 from both sides of my equation. So that's going to get rid of all of that. And on the right side, I have 23 minus 5, which is 18. I'm going to bring down what's left, the 3c. I need to separate my 3 and my c, okay? And a lot of you might be confused about what 3 and c, what's happening. There's no plus sign, there's no subtraction sign. This is multiplication. If it helps you to draw like the dot or a little X in the middle to kind of remind yourself that it's multiplication, you can do that. All of these things are the same. Okay. So in order to get rid of the 3, I need to divide by 3 on both sides, not just one, but both. So if I divide by 3, these go away, and I'm left with C, and then I have 18 divided by 3, which is 6. So just remember that little tip that if this is confusing to you, you can add a symbol in there to remind you what the inverse operation would need to be.